Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And today I have the Monkey 47. It's a gin. Yeah, it's a dry gin. And let me tell you about what is a dry gin. Within the gin industry, you have a handful of protected words or protected things. Within the EU, I'm not quite sure how that works within Britain now or United States or anywhere else on the planet, but it's common knowledge what these protected words mean. Gin is a distillate that has the main flavor through maceration or through a distillation of juniper. And the dry gin is then protected because dry gin is unsweetened. You're not allowed to put any sweet stuff in, and I think during distillation you're only allowed to use certain stuff. So I don't think you're allowed to use artificial sweetener or something like that during distillation. Any artificial substances. London dry gin is even stronger. You're not allowed to distill one by one, but you have to put all the substances in one distillation. You have to do distillation with London dry gin. Not quite sure if it's by dry gin as well. I think not, but I think you can, or you should probably. And so London dry gin is even stronger. I think only natural ingredients and only distillation and no sweetener at all afterwards, even with dry gin. The last one then is sloe gin, and that's kind of liqueur with sloes. Okay, so this time we have a dry gin, no artificial sweetener in there, no sweetener afterwards in there. So maybe the substances that are in the distillate, the botanicals, maybe there's some sweet stuff is in there. This one is a juniper heavy one. The main ingredient is juniper, and it's definitely juniper in there. Then we have coriander and different other berries and herbs and stuff in there. It's called Monkey 47, not because it has 47% ABV, but because it has 47 botanicals in there. So there are a lot of botanicals in there, and I can't mention them all, and it's really hard to translate them in my head from German to English. But it may be from the Black Forest, the Schwarzwald in Germany, but they write it down in English here on the label. Distilled from 47 predominantly, usually but regional botanicals such as lingonberry, and blended with natural spring water. Cheers. Okay, they just mentioned the lingonberries here. Oh, this is the bottle. It looks a bit like an old medicine bottle with a small cork, the brown bottle, and that distinctive shape. Very cool. On the back they do have a small table here with a lot of data, and I can tell you because you probably can't read it from there. It's hand bottled January 2021. Distiller A. Stein. Don't know who A is. Alphonse, Aldolf. L17 2021 is the batch number, and we have bottle number 5179. So if it's batch number 17 already in January, or maybe it's still the batch from 2020, but they do very, very small batches, so maybe they already have 17 batches at the end of January. So let's try it neat first. Oh, this is definitely a gin. This is definitely a dry gin. The first thing that really comes to your nose is that full-fledged juniper note, and it's the dominant main note in that gin. Classical gin with a bit of a herbs and citrus note. I like it. I'm always amazed how round and unmatured, unaged in whiskey or in oak barrel casks spirit can be. And it's very round and still yet a little bit more fresh, and some spices in there, but also the dominant note here is juniper. So it's a classical strong gin. Feels a little bit like when you have these dried juniper berries that you have in your sauerkraut, and is that coleslaw? No, not coleslaw. Sauerkraut. When you have that in your sauerkraut and you bite on it, and it's just juniper all over in your mouth. So it's really something. It's really big, heavy on the juniper, spicy, with a lot of herbs in there. Gin. I like it. So this one I expected a little bit more from in the gin tonic, because it's a classical, heavy on the juniper, and the juniper that pairs really well with the tonic water. You smell nothing because it's ice cold. Yeah, that's awesome. That is a perfect pairing. I pour a little tonic to get still some feel of the gin, and I love it. It's just a very nice balance of still very good amount of gin combined with more sweetness and these bitter tastes of the tonic water. I really love it. I like it. Nice. Yeah, could have used a little bit more tonic this time, because the gin is really strong in my gin and tonic. But it's called gin and tonic, not tonic and gin. So tonic and gin. So that's how I like my gin and tonic. Strong on the gin side, and I can still feel some spices coming through the gin and tonic. So that's a really strong gin and tonic. So the Monkey 47, they use probably a lot of botanicals in that gin, because it's just a very heavy on the juniper, heavy on the spices gin. I like it. So yeah, if you see it, probably still a bit of a German thing, the Monkey 47, but maybe it comes around in the international markets. It's worth a watch, because it's just a classical, very strong, very intense gin. Yeah, that was it for my review. If you liked it, then please feel free to share it with your friends. Thank you very much, and see you next time.